We're here today with Nick Hodge from Soldier On. Soldier On is an initiative to encourage Australians to come together to provide support for our physically and psychologically wounded veterans. It's about showing the men and women of our Defence Forces that we will always have their backs, the motto of Soldier On. And he's one of the hundreds of Australian soldiers who, on returning home, find themselves haunted by post-traumatic stress disorder. Nicholas, this is your story. Can you please tell us a little bit about your journey?
I didn't want to go to university or become a doctor or lawyer or...
Yes?
So I joined the Army.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the 7th of Feb 1995, joined the Army. I did that for 9 years.
Yes.
And then on the 24th of June 2004, I discharged from the Army. And on the 26th of June 2004, 2 days later, I was on a recruit course with the Federal Police, the Australian Federal Police, as a protective service officer. And then from there, I was involved with the International Deployment Group of the Federal Police.
Right.
And then after that, I became an operational planner for the Federal Police International Deployment Group.
Oof. That's sort of bad background to start with there. So obviously with some of that deployment and some of the action and some of the scenes that you've been engaged in, obviously it triggered what we're here for today, to talk about Soldier On and you being an ambassador for. What does Soldier On do? Tell me a little bit about what Soldier On does in relation to post-traumatic stress disorder.
It's for physically wounded,
yes,
and psychologically wounded veterans.
Okay.
And it's an organisation that was established in 2012 with a very humble man that is a CEO, John Bale, God bless him, and Kevin Wilson. They were officers within the Australian Army, and their friend, Lieutenant Michael Fussell, he got killed in Afghanistan by improvised explosive device. And those that were wounded and survived the IED when they came home, there wasn't much support for them.
Right.
And some of the main pillars of Soldier On is to inspire our veterans, to encourage our veterans, and to empower our veterans. And the main focus is to do it through activities.
Okay.
Which the activities are absolutely fantastic for reintegration into the community and for self-recovery and self-management. And it includes the families as well.
Well, that was going to be one of my questions, is also how do the families cope with this? Seeing a man like your good self with post-traumatic stress disorder and trying to cope, it must be hard on the families as well.
Yeah, it's extremely hard. There's a lot of initially not understanding.
Yes.
There's a lot of blame.
Okay.
There's a lot of tears. But then for me personally, it came to a point where my wife, I was lucky enough where when I first went to hospital, she came and visited at a family day at St John of God Hospital in Richmond, and they sat the families down and they explained what post-traumatic stress disorder was and how depression and anxiety is part of PTSD as well.
Okay.
As touchy-feely as it sounds, it actually works, but it's the motivation and the personal discipline to actually try these techniques as well. I'm medicated every day as well, and I will be medicated for the rest of my life.
I hear what you say there, and it's something that you have done in the past in the help of what you're doing. To that end, to create awareness for us, the general public, what can we do more to support you?
Yeah, great question. Soldier On is a non-profit charity.
Yes.
Firstly, donate by all means via the website. Fundraise if you want to get involved with Soldier On.
Yes.
Get aboard. We have numerous volunteers at Fundraise. Even volunteering as well. For the younger veterans, it's not sitting down, and for me personally, it doesn't have me sitting down, drinking alcohol, getting more depressed, and worrying about my illnesses, which are exacerbated by alcohol. And it totally steers it away from that as well, which I think is a fantastic initiative. I really do.
Nicholas, with doing my research on you and knowing with the Afghanistan campaign over, it's only what I could conclude that the more veterans coming home, the higher the possibility of veterans suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. And to that end, I thank you for today, and I thank you for speaking to us. I admire your courage and honesty, and I hope what we've done today helps the general public become more aware of Soldier On and what it does and what it's about, and also maybe it helps fellow veterans that may think or may be struggling, that they can come forward and feel and see the bravery of yourself that you presented today. Thank you very much for your time.
Right, thank you, and if I can just say one more last thing.
Please do.
To my fellow veterans that are suffering and they find it hard to ask for help. It's probably the most hardest step you'll ever take in your life.
Yeah.
And other veterans speaking out about the illnesses, if it saves lives and reduces the suicide rate and educates the community, I think we're doing all right.
So do I, Nicholas. I thank you, mate, for your bravery. It's been an absolute honour and a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.